8 ways to avoid fogging glasses. Don't you hate it when it happens? You are in the middle of the game and all of a sudden you realize you can't see because your glasses are fogging up. If you don't have a way to remove the fog, it is impossible to continue the game. That's why it is so important to talk about fogging glasses, and in this video we will give you some tips and solutions to fix it. One of the solutions even works every time and all the time, but more on that later. Let's start with why do glasses fog up in the first place? One word: condensation. When there is a difference between the temperature or humidity on the inside and outside of the eye probe, the warm and moist air coming from you, or more specifically, your face, touches the cold surface of the glasses and then condensates. This forms little droplets that create the foggy effect on the lens. Also, factors like sweat, bad air circulation, humidity, or wearing a face mask or a helmet are contributing to your eye probe getting fogged up. Now, how can you avoid this from happening? Since we cannot really stop breathing or tell your skin to stop sweating, we will have to accept that moisture simply will get into the goggles and we'll have to deal with that. Sometimes the fogging is not so bad and you may not notice much, but on another day, perhaps when it's a little bit colder outside, and you put a layer of clothing on, it becomes unbearable. Now, let's explore how can we fix this. There are passive solutions and active solutions to this problem. Passive solutions are, for example, chemical agents or modifications you apply beforehand to prevent the glasses from fogging up. Active solutions use batteries and a fan either in the goggles or somewhere else. This fan blows air into the goggles and removes the moisture actively, allowing you to see and enjoy the game. In general, some solutions are good, some are bad, and some are just downright dangerous. Let's start with the passive solutions with number 8, and that is a spit. Some people say spit can be a good DIY trick to prevent your glasses from fogging up, and I can actually confirm that, but not in airsoft, but in scuba diving. It is a well-known trick for divers and it helps for a 30-minute dive. However, it is not the best solution for airsoft. If you spit on your glasses, chances are you won't see much anyway because it's hard to clean it properly without smudges. And addition to that, there are a lot of bacteria in saliva, which can also be harmful to your eyes. All in all, I would not recommend doing this or just use it just as a last resort. Let's move on to the better solution. Number 7, dish soap. Another DIY trick that people use is applying a tiny amount of dish soap onto the lenses with your fingertip and buffing it out with a microfiber cloth. This will create a thin layer that will prevent condensed water or sweat from attaching to the lenses. You can also get it decently clean after applying it, and I can tell you that I used this myself in my early airsoft career. It is not the best solution because once water or sweat comes in contact with it, the layer of soap basically dissolves rather quick, and then you need to repeat the process. But you know, if dish soap is the only thing you have at hand, you gotta do what you gotta do, and it kinda works. Number 6, Antifog sprays. A step up from spit and dish soap. These are widely available and affordable. You can find them in a regular sports or optician stores, and they are easy to use. Usually, you just have to clean your glasses, spray a layer of antifog on the inner side of the lens, and let it dry for a while. Then rinse with cold water and voila, no fog, but just for a while. Keep in mind that these sprays lose their effectiveness and you will have to repeat the process at least before every game. And it could also happen that you'll have to reapply it during the game, which can be annoying and stop you from playing in the middle of a fight. Here, I only have one tip. If you pick this solution, make sure to get a high-quality antifog spray or gel. From my own experience, the more expensive gels tend to work a little bit better and for a longer time. Number 5, minimal face probe. Wearing a face protection or balaclava to protect your face and teeth also affects your glasses. When you exhale, the face protection traps the moist air from your mouth and nose and directs it right up into your glasses. This is especially true if you are using enclosed face protection. You have probably already experienced this on the field. You are trying to catch your breath after some physical activity, and every time you exhale, your glasses just fog up more and more. To prevent this from happening, you pretty much have to sacrifice some protection. You should start by using a mesh mask or balaclava with holes. This way, the air can escape through the holes rather than, from the top into your glasses. That minimizes the chance of your glasses fogging up, but as long as there is something in front of your face, it will not gonna be 100%. That's why I personally use just a mouth guard, but obviously, this only protects my teeth, not the skin, and I'm okay with that. Furthermore, the choice of glasses also makes a difference. For example, cheap work glasses from the hardware store tend to fog up rather quickly. Plus, compared to high-quality protective glasses, you don't really know how much impact they can take before breaking. If we take a look at the ESS ice glasses I'm using, they are NC impact rated and have a special anti-fog treatment from the get-go. After a while, you might have to refresh the coating using their anti-fog cloth, but from my own experience, it will take a long time until that's necessary. I've been using mine for years now and I have never had to do it. But I also use inserts with additional prescription lenses, which might also help against fogging because they bring the glasses away from my face a little bit, allowing for more airflow. Number 4, carrying multiple eye pros. I've seen some players carrying more than just one pair of protective goggles or glasses so they can switch them in case they fog up. However, this solution forces you to take off your eye protection in the middle of the game, which bears the risk of getting hit. Even if you would be willing to take this risk, on most fields, it is actually strictly forbidden to take the eye pro off during a game, and doing so may cause the organizer to stop the game entirely. I've seen this happen, and it is the last thing you want to do. Therefore, I would not recommend this solution. Number 3, mesh goggles. This type of eye protection cannot fog up. The lenses are basically a metal sheet with many holes smaller than the BB, which still allow you to see through okay-ish. Since there is no continuous barrier between your eye and the BB, I would not recommend using them at all. Some BBs break easier than others on impact, and this is where it can get dangerous. When you get hit on your mesh goggles, a small tiny shrapnel can pass through the holes, and that's not what you want to have in your eyes. If you want to keep your eyes healthy, don't use mesh goggles. Number 2, ventilators directly on the goggles. There are some glasses that have, mostly on top of the frame, an integrated fan similar to what you would find in a PC. In Airsoft, this boils down to 2 categories: ESS turbofan and turbofan copies. As for the ESS turbofans, they work just fine, being designed for rougher conditions than Airsoft. However, this comes at a price above $200, which makes it about the most expensive common eye pro out there. This often pushes people to the other option, which is the $20 copy. Now, these goggles look similar, but are far from the same. My colleague Dominic actually owns these, and here is his experience.
The fan system, powered by 2 AA batteries, just doesn't have enough power to pump all the air through your lens. In order to use these, you have to change the fan itself, rewire the battery compartment to a LiPo, and maybe change the cables as well. All this costs more than just buying the next option, and on top of that, these don't have an official safety rating, meaning you risk a bit that they fail you when you need them the most.
And the number 1, Antifog units. They are an active ventilation system that you hook up to your goggles, and it delivers a constant airflow to the lenses. Take the Novridge Antifog unit as an example. The unit attaches to the back of your head, on your cap or a helmet, and then uses a magnetically attached tubing system to blow air right into the goggles. This allows you to use a bigger unit than with the previous solution, meaning a more powerful fan, silent operation, better battery life, and durability. With the Novridge unit, that translates to 10 hours of runtime. And as soon as the air is constantly moving through your goggles, fogging is no longer a thing. When considering these options, some people ask about eye irritation from the blowing air. To prevent that, look for units that can adjust the airflow on the go. This way, you can find the minimum setting that does the trick for you. And if you don't trust me, well, here are some comments from Reddit. All in all, in our experience, there are 2 main directions you can go. First, the one I personally use is low and lightweight protection, using glasses like the ESS Ice combined with a baseball cap and just a mouth guard. Second option is the safer option, wearing larger goggles with the Antifog. If you go down the first path, you have to keep it relatively lightweight, which means more free movement at the cost of protection. Because when you insulate yourself with a helmet, full balaclava, mesh mask, even quality glasses may simply fog up. Therefore, if you want to use this kind of headgear, just go with an active antifog. You will thank me later. Alright, that's it for this video. How do you keep your glasses from fogging up? Let us know down in the comments and see you in the next one.